Welcome back to some more Super Mario Party Jamboree Bowser's Kaboom Squad. Man, I'm just realizing how much of a mouthful that is. Again, I've had a... See, you can have fun even when you're not commentating. As I was saying though, this is just a series of videos that I did to test out the quality of the new capture card that I'm working with. And I'm not even sure if people would be interested enough in this series to actually do full post-commentary over all of it. So I'm just talking until I run out of things to say and calling it a day from there to let the gameplay do the rest of the work. Well, every time I managed to talk over the entire loading screen, which is more than I was actually expecting going into this. I could have sworn that these videos were just going to be me saying like one or two sentences and then just letting the gameplay do the rest of the work because... Well, actually I don't really have a because and that sentence off with. I'm just rambling, so maybe I'll just let the gameplay speak for itself now. Oh wait, I forgot to mention that we are in the new map, so that'll keep things spicy and interesting. It's a bit of a shame that this is a side mode of the game and not the main event. Because I don't know if I'm ever going to actually find anyone to play this game, or this game mode with, let alone Mario Party in general. Because if no one wants to play this with me, I'm not sure if I'm going to want to play a board with any of them. Even though, like, I feel the board's gotta be the main appeal for Mario Party, right? I'm surely the only one in the minority of the whole not really vibing with the boards. Watch this become completely outdated. Watch something like, in the time frame that it takes me to edit and upload these videos, I actually give more boards in Mario Party Jamboree a chance and actually end up liking that part of the game as well. Because again, like I said in the last video, I say last video, but these are just purely for the fun of it, so don't worry about watching them in any order. I know YouTube certainly makes it clear that they don't care what order you watch videos in. I'm getting off topic. What was I mentioning or talking about?
Minigame.
Yeah, it would be pretty ironic if all this time I spent talking about how iffy I am to the boards in Mario Party proper. At least for this installment. And yet, by the time this gets uploaded, just completely 180 on that ideal. Oh, since I'm actually bothering to ramble for this one, is it here? Is this where... No, sometimes when you're playing this mode, magic happens, and you find a crowd of people who just want to have fun, and when you come across those people, or when you just want to encourage more people to be those types of people, sometimes you just gotta... Mind you, it's important to note that to only do this when you have absolutely nothing else to do. But sometimes if you're just standing around being all idle anyway, the good old spinning around in a circle and seeing if anyone else interacts with it, it's just a truly magical experience that you can only get from an online game without, without mic? I feel like there's a more proper term for that, but it's completely blanking from me at the moment. Again, this is very important. It's like having cake. You gotta do your homework before you can spin around for the fun of it. But spinning around for the fun of it, when there's no stakes in doing so, it is a fun experience that reminds you that you're actually playing with other people and not just random computers. Even if you have no means to communicate with them otherwise. I guess the whole communication thing of human society always finds a way, regardless of the barriers. So at this point there is a little bit of jump in commentary between 2 seconds ago and right now. So at this point, my vacation is over, and I've been back at work for about a week. And I'm not even sure what I want to talk about. I just know that I had to record some voiceovers for finishing up Pokemon Emerald Rogue video. Like, I literally just had to do that voiceover, and then I could hit the render button. But I was still feeling up to commentating afterwards, and after doing post-com for practically every part of Emerald Road that I could think of that I would need post-commentary. Granted, we all know that I'm gonna find more once I actually get back into editing it. But point being, I still wanted to ramble. And it's been feels like it's been so long since I've actually wanted to do commentary full 100%, that it was kind of sad that I couldn't figure out anything to actually record commentary for. I don't really want to record anything new until I finish editing Emerald Road. Part of trying not to take on too many things at once, especially because the more time that's gone on, the more that I feel confident in saying that I'm going to be tuning back my more traditional style of playthroughs going forward. Like, YouTube doesn't like them. That's more reflective based on what I've heard than what I've experienced, but it sort of lines up with what I've experienced. And being a smaller channel in general, a little harder to gauge the things, but I've seen channels that have been following for much longer, doing a very similar style, that have kind of like had a bit of a downfall in engagement until they go finally bite the bullet and do things that are much more condensed and edited, and have had a lot more success as a result. And when I say that, I mean in the concept of someone being much more likely to fully watch one big video on a playthrough of a game, like maybe like a single Emerald Rogue run or a single play session of Bowser Kaboom Squad or whatever this is called, rather than a video series. And that's been a little hard to wrap my mind around because that's typically not how I prefer it, but that seems to be how the general YouTube audience prefers it. The bright side about not having YouTube as a job though is that I don't have to worry about that. I can do whatever I want, but I'd be lying a little if I didn't say that big number didn't make me a little bit happy every now and then. I don't know. I always try not to take for granted when literally anyone watches a video I make because that's still one person that actually cares about what I have to say. And that's even assuming that I am gonna still be doing YouTube. Like, I don't see myself abandoning it completely, but as I think I've said in previous gaming chills and that, I do want to find more time to actually learn God and actually make my own games.
Round one.
And with YouTube not hitting the same way as it used to, like, 10 years ago, that seems to be like an easy thing to trim down on. Then again, I know that I can't completely abandon it, because there are some days that I just want to do something, but don't feel up to doing literally anything else besides editing. Editing has just always been a good fallback tool when I want to feel productive, but I don't really feel like, well, being productive. When I say editing, I kind of more mean in the sense of just like rewatching my video as I'm editing in the video editor and making cuts and all that. I wouldn't say that's easy to do, because I don't want to downplay the whole concept of editing, but it's always been something I can fall back on when I'm feeling too glum, too depressed, or just too unable to do practically anything else. Like, if I'm having a bad day and I don't even feel up to editing a video despite all the voiceover being done for it, then that's a clear sign that there's something wrong. Which is weird, because there definitely was a time not too long ago that I wasn't feeling up to editing, but like, today's a good example. I was not having a good day, no matter what I did, no matter how many walks I went on, where I went, what I did, what shiny Pokemon I might have gotten and go along the way. And a day like today is kind of the perfect day to actually edit. If it wasn't for the fact that I didn't already have any voiceovers, I probably wouldn't even be commentating, but hey, here we are. To be fair, I can't even think of what I've played most recently. Technically, the last video game I played was Golden Sun, but that was for Dawn of Jin playtesting. It kind of took me the entire work week to actually feel motivated enough to take it on the treadmill and playtest it while I was walking, only to realize I didn't have the right save files on my DS saved to playtest anything new. I had some save files, so I just playtest a little more Venus Lighthouse. And I think it's fine. It's like, I can't test for every particular scenario, so I'm sure no matter how much playtesting I do, something's gonna feel unbalanced when I actually do release it, but playtesting that doesn't even matter is better than no playtesting at all, at least in terms of the fact of... Let me rephrase that. Actually being motivated to playtest, but failing to do so properly, is better than not having the motivation to playtest at all. I was at least able to slowly get back into the trend of doing things on the treadmill though, at the very least. I just ended up spending that time towards finishing up Pokemon Y. I have weird incentives to actually finishing that game. Because, like, technically, I did finish the game a long time ago when it first came out, but then, like, a couple years ago, I started a new playthrough of the game, but lost motivation to actually finish it. Owing to, like, earlier on in the year, when I was getting into things like shiny hunting, I actually decided to take that playthrough and play it back up to the point that I got the Super Rod, so I could actually do chain fishing in that game. Because I got sick and tired of trying to shiny hunt Corsola and literally any other method. And then I'm like, really trying to get shiny Mienfoo, despite not having the DLC for Scarlet and Violet. And like, how the heck do you get a shiny Mienfoo? And for some reason I came to the conclusion that the only way that I could properly shiny hunt Mienfoo is to finish the game and get the Pokemon Radar. And wow, that is an incredibly well-timed bonus radar. Like, literally the last second. Though, that kind of makes me wonder, we're not close to the end of this video, yet surely times 12 damage would be more than enough to finish up Bowser, so what is going wrong? Hold on, maybe we'll come back to the Mienfoo story. The long story short is that I beat the Pokemon Leaf 4, finally got the radar. I just gotta figure out how to make it work out. I know that Friend Safari is a thing, and that could also work. Oh my god, like, this literally only went to round 4 because of, like, being, well, technically not one shot off, but, like, I'm actually kind of glad that it's been a while between when I recorded this and when I'm commentating this, because, oh my god, the amount of facepalm that I want to do just after seeing that. Maybe there is some potential for a live commentator out of this. I just don't know how interesting it would be just commentating to myself, going up against random people online. I don't know how well that would pan out. And I gotta stop thinking about video ideas. I'm trying to tune back on videos, remember, Jackie K? Tune back on making videos so you can actually focus on your long-term dreams. You only got so much life to live, you can't just waste it all away on YouTube. Speaking of which, back to the Mienfoo story. So it's only after that, it's kind of funny that you need to beat the Pokemon League to get the radar anyways, because that also unlocked another popular shiny hunting method in Pokemon X and Y that I didn't think I would be able to take advantage of. But I got surprisingly close to having exactly what I needed to do Friend Safari hunting with Mienfoo. I actually had a lot of old friends still on my 3DS, so I actually had quite a few Friend Safari spots, including even the fighting type. Unfortunately for me, the one fighting type Friend Safari I had did not have Mienfoo, so back to Poke Radar and trying to get it, which kind of sucks because I can only think of one route where Mienfoo appears. There's not an area with a big, large patch of grass in there, to my knowledge, and I always have a hard time actually getting the Pokemon I want to appear on that route. Like, there's so many Pokemon on that route in particular that it feels like whenever I'm looking for a Mienfoo, I can run into literally anything besides the Mienfoo. So who knows how that's gonna pan out. So we're certainly in a situation. Only need like 7 more bombs, and this entire excursion will be over. Oh, come here, Luigi. No, I'm doing the opposite of white maging. I'm becoming a hassle for other white mages. Oh, brother. Alright, I got you, Toad. Here we go. Assuming that I don't get immediately bullied into Bowser again. No, come on, follow me. I'm gonna sacrifice my desire to heal people to give them an opportunity to actually get the bombs. Didn't matter because they already had the bomb, needed to get the can anyways. And we're at the unnecessary button mashing part. Like, I don't know. It's cute the first time you rapidly mash the A button to finish up Bowser. But do we really need to do this for every single Bowser Big Kaboom session? It gets kind of old pretty quick. I could just not do it because there's literally no consequence to not mashing. Like occasionally if you mash the most, you'll be rewarded. Congratulations, you were the finisher of the round. But that doesn't actually mean anything. Congratulations! I don't know, but I'm always tempted to do it every time it's there. Like, not wear out my hand kind of mashing, but at least tap the button consistently. That can't be good for the controller though. I don't know. I'll tell you what does feel good though. Being the top performer of that match. Wow, and I really channeled my inner white mage for that particular one. Way more reviving than I thought I'd do. And wow, I actually ran out of video to commentate. So pardon me while I give my outro in complete darkness. So thank you all for tuning into this video. Let me know if you enjoyed this. I keep going back and forth on if I want to record more of this, so I might be more easily swayed than usual to do so. No promises, but I did enjoy this game mode, so if I do have the time in the future, I would love a good excuse to come back to it. Anyways, I think my voice is getting run out from retakes, so I'm ending it off here. Take care.